exclamation point, join, edit. How do I turn this off? Okay, there we are. I didn't necessarily turn it off, but I did it to where only I can. All right, so if you are typing join in the chat, please let me know. All right, there we are. Ooh, I'm water. You're water. All right, so we have, if anybody else is trickling in and would like to join, you may. So we have, on the Barons of the March, I wonder how random the placements are. It's quite random. It's very random indeed. The only way it's not random is if you purchase the game. We have, for the Barons, some black nerd, Jalen, and a creepy lady. For the Counts of the East, we have Romeo the Good Guy, Music Juice B, and Jakara. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have, for the Patricians of the Coast, Chaotic Gamer Wolf, Miles, not Morales, King's Dream, and Hi Sleepy Panda. If you too would like to join, all you have to do in order to play is type in the chat, exclamation point, join, followed by your pronouns. Let's begin! Here is our wondiferous region. We have our authority, we have our treasury, and we have our stability. So now we begin. Council introduction, path to victory, coronation. These are the Barons of the March, these are the Counts of the East, and these are the Patricians. Why our land the smallest? Is it because I'm purple? The East doesn't have a lot of land. I'm very sorry. Our military lid. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Let's do our council introduction. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. This is from the Chancellor. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the desolate East, the wealthy coast, and of course, the bleak march. So apparently the East doesn't have a lot, so that's why you guys are small. Very sorry. Introduce yourself to the counts. Oh, look at Countess Music Juice B. I do say she is quite the bad bitch. I know that is correct. In honor to finally make your acquaintance, Your Highness, may I escape the doom. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Excuse me. Thank you, kind Music Juice. Countess. Kind Countess Music Juice. Next we have Lady Patrician. Chaotic Gamer Wolf. A pleasure, Your esteemed Highness. I hope to see your kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Thank you so much, kind lady, Chaotic Gamer Wolf. And last but not least, Baron, some black nerd. We have Hail and well met, Your Majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. Excuse me, we do not whip here. Unless it's the chains and the whips and such that excite you. And with that, the introductions are done. Very good. Very good. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. I mean, I do declare my favor is quite one to be had. If I do say so myself, I believe many a people would enjoy the counsel of my favor. Bondage Baron, I'm dead. I mean, I feel like that's quite fair. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Yes, good old daddy told me not to inherit the throne, and yet here I am, thrust upon the seat. As the concubine of the coast, I assure those whips and chains exist. Smile? Again, welcome in everyone. If you would like to join the game, it's absolutely free of charge. All you have to do in order to play is type in the chat, exclamation point join, and then your pronoun. Audio feedback. Is it audio feedback? Is it? Or are you hearing this? Is this audio feedback? Echo? Is there an echo? Now there's an echo. I am the echo. It's definitely something. You guys were hearing the sound of the palace, the crackling fire in the palace. That's what you all were hearing. See, is this better? See, now you're in the countryside. Now you're kicked out. Now I've left the palace and now we're in the country. Is that better? Or maybe you don't want the country. Either way. Are you playing ambient sounds? I was playing ambient sounds. I was indeed. Oh, would you look at that? Happy birthday didn't work. How unfortunate. Unfortunate. I mean, very sad news that happy birthday did not work. Oh, why didn't happy birthday work? Because I did not open up StreamerBot. My apologies. If you ever redeemed a StreamerBot, sound effects louder than the music. Very sorry. Let me open up StreamerBot. Welcome in, Vixen. I completely forgot to open StreamerBot, and I also completely forgot to open up the chat bot. Oops. But as king, I cannot make any mistakes. It was not a mistake. It was done completely on purpose. Because I am king. Vixen, welcome in. If you would like to join us on a wondiferous game of King of the Castle, all you need to do is type in the chat, exclamation point, join. And if you're playing from the game itself, you type in exclamation point, join, and the region in which you would like to join. Such as exclamation point, join, counts. Like so, like that. All right, let me get these things open. Let me bust it wide open. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's see here. And Streamlabs chatbot. There it is. This game finna make Shogi more of a tyrant than he was before. Rurogurt Shogun was never a tyrant, nor is King Rurogurt. Wait, what was it? King Shogington, okay? Thank you. This is a fair, kind, and honest rule. All right, next we have our coronation. Let us begin. Let us begin. Not there being an update. Everything just wants to update today. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Shouldn't I be given the orders now? Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when the nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest backs. My nobles would never stab me in the back. I rule fairly. They wouldn't dare. You should pay more attention to your history books, Your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. My nobles would never. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. What? It's my coronation. Let's get this over with then, and of course. So we are playing, as you all would like to see, we are playing for the grand crown of coronation. Enjoy. As you all can see. This is my ruling crown, and this is my coronation crown. You all would not try to usurp me, correct? You all want to see the crown on my head. So let's make sure that I'm not usurped or betrayed or stabbed in the back, okay? Very good. This is an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. This isn't an absolute monarchy, excuse me, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote. Even this. Whistles innocently. Shall we call the nobles in? But a moment, please. How many updates are there for Streamlabs chatbot? What is this? All right, so the commands and things should now be on. it's restarting the bot, of course. And now the bot is restarting. Bring out the big booty bitches. Wild. Let me see here. I love how it restarted the bot, and the bot hasn't started. Where is the bot? Where is the bot? Bring the bot. I am quite tired. Now the bot, oh, there it is, yeah. I'll throw that bot in a dungeon. Will thou have some grand tittiths during the coronation, good sir? Starts playing Big Booty B. What is wrong with you all? This is no way a kingdom should act. This is by no means how any kingdom should act. All right, the bots have been on sound, or I say sound commands, but commands should be working.
I'm gonna eat it. Ah!
There it is. And there it is. All right. His Majesty promises to let the henny flow and the women sway after the coronation. What is wrong with you all? And here is the screaming. All right.
I'm gonna eat it. Ah!
Clearly, this was a mistake. Obviously, a mistake. Now, here's where things get fun. What kind of coronation should be held for the new king? You can type in the chat. These, vote, you will type exclamation point vote, and then your letter, okay? So we have, host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, proceed with the religious ceremony that honors the ninth god, throw the king in the river. Troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. All right, these are all wonderful choices, except for throwing me in the river. If you throw me in the river, you will be thrown in prison. We'll begin voting now. Voting has begun, 30 seconds. Voting has begun. Vote. I can see your names. I can see who's trying to throw me in the river. I can see it. Wow.
That's it.
Damn! You get out of the store!
I will not get out of my store.
Get out! You are banned!
You're banned.
You're banned!
You're banned.
Voting has ended. Voting has.
I'ma need a stack. I'ma need a stack. I'ma need a stack. Yeah, I'ma need a rack.
So 5 nobles voted for throw the king in the river.
I'm about to come in here and fuck it up.
What kind of coronation should the king be held? I'm getting thrown in the river. Yesy, welcome in. Music, hello. It's decided the king will be thrown in the river. Stability has now gone up to 6 from 5. Our authority is now dubious because you all do not give a fuck about me, apparently, as the king. Thank you. Not just now going off when I've been typing earlier, yes. Lady Yessie, I have forgotten to turn on all of my bots and sound commands. So now they are now functioning properly, in the proper way. All right, it is decided. What kind of coronation is this? Let me get changed out of my nice robe. Yeah, let me just deal with this. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. With a cheer. Sibo, welcome in. Welcome in. Can I get a woo woo now? When you climb back up the bank, soaking wet. The games that we play, thank you so much for that resub. Welcome in. If you happen to be walking in currently to my coronation, I am now walking out of the river, drenched in dirty, filthy, nasty bog water. And if you would like to join the council, it's absolutely free to play this game. All you need to do is join in the chat by typing in !join, followed by your pronouns, such as join, !join, she. And then you'll be in the nobles, in the nobility. And we'd love to have you. And you can cast your vote to help me rule this kingdom. When you climb back up the bank, soaking wet, the chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggle? All right, so now I'm going to remove this crown, okay? I'm going to remove this, okay? And now I'm going to place this one for a brief moment upon my head, because that's where it's supposed to be, on my head. I'm laughing is so unfair, okay? We've been crowned! All right, and now the path to victory awaits. The path to victory, the capital, by master. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult, You're new and unproven. The nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put in their own puppet, claimant in your place. Oh no! The fools wouldn't scheme their way out of a paper bag. How can I stop them? Fools! You won't do such a thing! Better kings than you have been toppled by their treacherous nobles, Your Majesty. To defeat their schemes, you must secure an heir, and to prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. My question is, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Y'all better be twerking at my very name. As a father of the nation, goal, farming. As a peacekeeper, goal, stability. As a conqueror, goal, military. As the greatest king who ever lived, goal, authority. As an architect of a new golden age, trade. As a saint, I am the most wholesome king that ever came to be. Goal, faith. Y'all remember that one king we threw in the river? Jakara Pleat. Honestly, I feel like it should be as a saint or as a peacekeeper. Let's go with as a saint, because I really am the most wholesome king that ever lived. I truly am. The church will love you, I suspect, but will anyone else? That's crazy. I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall faith as much as possible. Yes, we have quite the bit of heathenry to get out. Heathens! Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Thank you indeed. I will now remove the coronation crown from my head. And in place, return my regular one. Thank you. There it is. Should have picked peacekeeper with these nobles. They're ruthless. Y'all need some wholesomeness. Okay, and I'm the king to provide it. I am the king to provide wholesomery. All right, so now we would end the season, everyone. If you would like to join, !join, followed by your pronouns. We are in the spring of 948. Type join, followed by your pronouns to join the game. King Rurogurt Shoginton I. We have 4 authority, 3,000 gold in our treasury, and 6 stability. Our trade with the barons is at 5, 4 with the counts, and 7 with the patricians. Our farming is 5, 7, 4. Military is 6, 5, 3. Faith is 6, 4, 5. And our defiance is 1 across the board. Let's end the turn. Oh, the counts are scheming. Zigana of the Jakara 175 dynasty, notorious what is that? Political fixer leans delicately on the podium, sighing. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Rurogurt Shoginton I wears the crown. False King! False King! Voting is now open. What scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the king and place in their preferred claimant? So now if you're on the counts team, you guys can vote. If you are a count, you may vote. If you happen to be a count, now is the time to vote. Sorcery, subterfuge, ritual, or a blood ritual. Remember your placements. Jakara is the only voter. Oh, never mind, just kidding. Romeo has voted for sorcery. Jakara has voted for a blood ritual. Voting has closed. Game of Thrones level of drama in the first season. One noble has voted for a blood ritual. Goal, highest farming. All right, so if you are a count, I'm sorry, your vote has ended with Jakara winning. Now it is time for the, who's next? Pay attention and remember, oh, can I look at the nobles? Oh, this is our nobles list, all right? So on our nobles list, we have Jakara, Music Juice, Romeo, and the games we play as counts. The Patricians, we have Sleepy Panda, King's Dream, Miles Not Morales, Chaotic Gamer Wolf, Caramel Sass, and Bruh of Steel. Welcome in, all of you. Welcome in, welcome in. And for the Barons, remember who you are. For the Barons, we have a Creepy Lady, Jalen, Some Black Nerd, Vixen, and JoJo Numbers. So next we have coming to the stage. You ready to vote? The counts plan to summon an ancient famine demon that will devastate all the other regions, paving a clear path to the throne. First, they must ensure the East can withstand a famine. To advance their scheme, the counts must be the region with the highest farming in 4 seasons. Okay, y'all have to have the highest farming in 4 seasons. You guys' farming right now is at 4. All right, next is the Barons. Barons, are you prepared to vote? Have you prepared to vote, Barons? Prepare yourself. Barons, Creepy Lady, Jalen, Some Black Nerd, Vixen, and JoJo. Agnes of the Jalen bloodline, legendary marcher prodigy, stands before the blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. Where the is the crown? It's mine! That king! When have the barons of the march backed down from a fight? I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me on that throne, your rightful queen. Barons, now is your time to vote. Are you choosing intimidation, an uprising, or propaganda to overthrow the king with this scheme? What are you doing? Exclamation point, vote in the chat. JoJo votes for intimidate. You dare to intimidate me. You truly believe you can intimidate me? Have you seen me? You think you can intimidate me? Ha! You've played yourself. To think. Look at that solidarity. Wow. Wow. The barons stick together. Wow. Voting has closed. It's closed. What scheme would the barons pursue to overthrow King Rurogurt Shoginton? And put their claimant, Agnes, on the throne? Intimidation. Raise stability. So you all must raise your stability. Just like I'm going to raise my prices for the barons. The barons plan to hold the king hostage in his own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the barons must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. What is their stability? What? Disgusting. Disgusting! Alright, y'all, remember stability. I hope you fail. Alright, and last but certainly not least, we have the illustrious Irina of the I Sleepy Panda family, well-known coastal tycoon, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, explaining in measured prose. Patricians, are you prepared? Prepare yourself, Patricians. We have Panda King Stream, Miles Not Morales, Chaotic Gamer Wolf, Caramel Sash, and Bruv Steel. Are you prepared to vote, Patricians? Here we are. Fellow Patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Rurogurt Shoginton the First. Something must be done! Prepare your votes. Doppelganger, conspiracy, or corruption? I'm not corrupt. I'm actually quite wholesome and very truthful. I'm quite the truthful in my tellings and in my dealings. Gamer has voted for C. C, B, C. Oh, voting has now ended. Voting is over. It's closed. Voting is closed. You missed your window of opportunity. It's too late. King has 3. And corruption, lower authority. Disgusting. You would try to usurp me. And the vote has been voted with lower my authority. I will rule with an iron fist. The Patricians have planned to turn the throne into a commodity that can be bought and sold at will. First, they must ensure that the rule of law is crumbling. Lawlessness amongst heathenry. To advance their scheme, the Patricians must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Not the authority already at 4. Not it already at 4. Please. All right, the season has ended. End of turn. So this is what it looks like at the end of turn. Welcome in, everyone. If you are attempting to join the game, all you need to do is type in the chat ! Join, followed by your pronoun, your preferred pronoun. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying that they have the right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to the crown their region's preferred claimant. Agnith, distant cousin, Zigana, embittered step-aunt, and Irina, long-lost niece. Okay? And their scheme is intimidation. Raise the kingdom's stability, the barons, is raise the kingdom's stability to at least 5 for 4 seasons. Our stability is already at 6. Oh, not you guys' schemes already a success right now. Oh no. I don't know if you guys can see this. Apparently, for now, your schemes are in play. Between my authority and my stability, the schemes are scheming. You are scheming. Next, we have the Counts of the East, Zigana, blood ritual, have the highest farming in the seasons. There's the schemes being schemed. They have I am losing, let it begin. And lastly, corruption. Lower the kingdom's authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. This is quite the conundrum. The game is being played, and I am the fool. All right, now we will continue. Everyone's scheme is already in the works. I hate it. So now it's time to lay down the law. How about that? How about that with your filthy schemes? A royal decree we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once, and only 1 may be used per vote. Royal gamble. Plus 600 treasury if the nobles vote for selected option. If the nobles vote otherwise, minus 200 treasury. If the nobles vote for the monarch's choice, they gain 500 personal wealth. The monarch can mark their preferred choice, their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain plus 1 authority. Authority. Monarch's vote. The monarch marks their preferred voting option and gets 1 extra vote. The monarch can take a voting option off the table. Authority. Yes. Delicious.